Hi everyone, good evening and thank you very much for tuning into Mirror Now. I'm Shreya Dhoundial. Our top story today is coming from the state of West Bengal, where Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is in full-blown damage control, come blame game mode. This after the communal flare-up in Murshidabad that has left 3 people dead and earned a strong rebuke from the Supreme Court today. Didi, as expected, has called the riots a pre-planned conspiracy. Not just an attack on law and order, she says, but also on Bengal's image. After meeting a delegation of imams today, Mamata Banerjee launched a no-holds-barred attack, not just on the BJP, but also on the BSF, that's the Border Security Force, accusing them of fanning tensions and enabling illegal cross-border entry from Bangladesh. At one point, she even claimed that the BSF paid money to local youth to pelt stones and escalate tensions in Murshidabad. She didn't stop there. Mamata also questioned the centre's role in the entire episode, saying if foreign elements are indeed involved, then the failure is squarely New Delhi's, not hers.
इसमें बांग्लादेश का हाथ है. अगर हाथ है तो इसको जिम्मेदारी तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का है कि बीएसएफ बॉर्डर संभालते हैं, हम नहीं संभालते हैं. ये अधिकार हमारे पास नहीं है. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का पास बॉर्डर संभालने का अधिकार नहीं है. तो आपने क्यों अलाउ किया? क्यों बीजेपी का बाहर से आदमी आके आप गड़बड़ करके भाग गया? कोई फेद आपको देना पड़ेगा.
इंटरनेशनल स्टेटमेंट. बीएसएफ देश की शान है, बान है, मान है. वो बराबर बीएसएफ के खिलाफ बोलता है. टीएमसी एंड ममता बनर्जी planned this type of riot, communal disturbance to consolidate Muslim vote in favor of Trinamool Congress.
But Mamata Banerjee wasn't done yet. She trained her guns on UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath as well, lashing out over his claim that only a Danda can tackle those who engage in Danga. She called him a Bhogi, not a Yogi. Even Yogi's rival and Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav joined this war of bombs. Listen in.
बहनों और भाइयों, इन दंगाइयों का उपचार ही डंडा है. बिना डंडे के मानेंगे नहीं. आप देख रहे होंगे बंगाल जल रहा है. वहां की मुख्यमंत्री चुप है. दंगाइयों को शांति दूत कहती है. अरे लातों के भूत बातों से कहां मानने वाले हैं?
जोगी बड़ो बड़ो बात कर रहा है. सबसे बड़ा भोगी है. महाकुंभ में कितना लोगों का मौत हुआ, कितना लोगों ने इंजर्ड हुआ, कोई लिस्ट आप पब्लिकली दिया? नहीं दिया. बड़ा बड़ा बात करते हो. कितने एनकाउंटर में मैं मारा, एक भी में रैली किसी को नहीं करने देते.
हमारे मुख्यमंत्री तो ये कह रहे हैं कि जीरो पॉवर्टी. ये जीरो पॉवर्टी क्या होता है? और फिर कहते हैं डंडा. हमारे मुख्यमंत्री खुद ही अंडा है. हमारे यहाँ जीरो को अंडा बोलते हैं. हमारे मुख्यमंत्री खुद ही अंडा है, तो उनसे और क्या उम्मीद करोगे?
So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are asking, did the Waqf bill light the fuse, or is politics being used to cover up policing failures? Is Mamata Banerjee shielding lawbreakers by blaming the Border Security Force, or is she exposing a deeper security lapse? And is this just another round of communal chess with Bengal as the board? Let me introduce my guest to you this evening. Raj Chowdhury is spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. Ghanshyam Tiwari is a national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Thank you very much. Asif Ansari is a political analyst, will be speaking on behalf of the TMC. Thank you very much. And Dr. Vikram Singh is a former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, speaking to us as well on the show. Asif Ansari, I'm going to start with you because you are representing the TMC this evening. I'm a little confused over who exactly is Mamata Banerjee trying to blame. Is she blaming people from Bangladesh that the BSF deliberately let enter. Is she blaming local youth in Murshidabad who she claims the BSF paid to pelt stones, or is she blaming BJP men from Bihar and elsewhere who came into West Bengal to stoke violence? She has said all three things and she needs to make up her mind.
Well, Shreya, as you have asked all three questions against the Mamata Banerjee, what she has told, so I must brought your attentions towards it, that Mamata Banerjee, what she has told, it has actually happened. It has actually happened. She has, on record, there is a record that the BSF guys who wear the boots, but there are some people who are wearing the BSF dresses, but they are not wearing the boots. There were somebody who was trained to attend look like a BSF, but they were not BSF. Again, the BSF was not allowed to charge, not allowed to shoot them, but they have fired and the many people have died over there. Against of that, Mamata Banerjee has shown some of the concern by the sneaking of the Bangladeshis through the borders, which was the lapsing security by the BSF, and that is a major concern. She has been brought these topics to many a times to the Amit Shah, to the Home Ministry, that this kind of infiltrations are happening toward the borders. As you have seen, the Bangladesh has been disturbed. And secondly, I want one BJP leader from the Bengals. He asked for a 1 hour's time. You are not getting my voice, or you are not getting my content.
I want to ask you, what are you saying? No. I don't understand the point you're making, because it seems to be a very confused point. आप मुझको बोल रहे हैं that the BSF people were not wearing BSF boots, so there were people who were impersonating as BSF people. Then you are also saying कि BSF ने firing की और बहुत लोग मर गए. भाई 3 लोग मरे, उसमें 2 people were hacked to death, and not so they didn't die in firing.
There are.
Let's get our facts clear here.
There are people who are found not wearing a proper discipline as the BSF does. So it is directly assumed that those people does not belong to the BSF part. They are not part of the military part. They come in a disguise of the BSF, and they are the miscreants who are provocating the violence, and might be they are the reasons who have done all this violence. So that is my point, to be very clear. And
so
Mamata Banerjee has raised this question.
Asif ji, then who are these people? Who are these people? Who are these
Mamata Banerjee has raised, she has
who
raised
are masquerading as the BSF
about the infiltrations from the border. She has been complaining this for a long time to the Home Ministry, that please make the border more sealed. She is assuming that these people can breach from the Bangladesh. So
Mr.
that is a clear
Mr.
evidence.
Ansari, you are more confused than Mamata Banerjee herself. Mr. Ansari, you seem to be more confused than Mamata Banerjee herself.
There is nothing about confusion, Shreya. I am just giving a straight answer what Mamata Banerjee has said, and we got the information what she said and what the other agency says. It is not something that I am my opinion about this, but what these are the fact. These are the fact. I am not manifestation any story.
No. Facts.
These are nothing manifestation.
Raj Chowdhury, your spokesperson of the BJP. Okay, I hear you. Raj Chowdhury, would you want to come in as spokesperson of the BJP and help us understand why you are so angry with what Mamata Banerjee is saying? Mamata Banerjee is saying that the BSF is acting like the agent of the centre and inciting riots. And if, as the Home Ministry is saying that these riots were incited from across Bangladesh, then it is the BSF that let these miscreants come into West Bengal. So that, so the liability lies on the centre and the BSF, not on the West Bengal government for these riots.
See, this is a very routine practice of the TMC leaders and Chief Minister herself to make such rotten statements and escape from taking responsibility of lawlessness in West Bengal. Firstly, he raised question on BSF. Let me tell you, Honorable Home Minister has very cleared in Parliament that around 450 kilometers of land is unfenced. Home Minister, he himself has written several letters and reminded West Bengal government to acquire land, but the West Bengal government has not responded to a single letter. So this is the responsibility of the state government to provide land to
that has been given a long time.
Number one. Number
you
two,
don't have the numbers,
I would like to request the anchor to please allow me to speak uninterrupted. Don't show you.
Go ahead, sir. Go
I
ahead.
would like to request TMC spokesperson not to show his behavior, his bad behavior in this panel.
Sir, interruption is
Ajay,
not a
Mr.
bad
Chowdhury,
behavior,
continue,
sir. You are in a debate, sir. Mr. Roy Chaudhary, you are in a debate. You are not in
I am
extemporaneous
answering.
speech,
I am
sir.
answering. I am
Mr.
coming.
Roy
Mr.
Chaudhary, you are
Ansari,
not
let him complete his
extemporaneous
point.
speech. It's a
Give me
debate.
chance.
I can cross question. I
Mr.
can arrange
Ansari is
objection
Mr.
also.
Ansari and Mr. Chowdhury. Are bhai.
Please allow me to
1 minute.
speak
Mr.
uninterrupted.
Ansari,
Please go
let
ahead.
Mr. Chowdhury make his point. You can come in after
Yeah,
that.
let me
That is
start.
also a debate. Chaliye, Mr.
We
Chowdhury, let's not
are
waste too much
debating-
time on this. Go on.
We are debating on Murshidabad violence against Hindus, but let me remind you about Mothabari. Just 10 to 15 days ago, similar violence against Hindus took place in Mothabari in Malda, where the miscreants announced it in Facebook that they are going to do this. They did a Facebook Live. What is the role of state intelligence? Question number one. When these miscreants were attacking the Hindus, when these miscreants were burning the police vans, they vandalized the BDO office. The police was vanished from the scene for around 4 hours. For more than 4 hours, the police didn't come to help the Hindu families. It was the BSF who came and protected those families. It is very much evident from the from what the Hindu families stated when the media asked them. Number two. Number three, what is the role of Bengal DGP? He is only doing press conferences and quote unquote, he mentioned that we are giving strict warnings. We are giving strict warning to those who are creating this violence against Hindus. Why warning? Why didn't you take strict action? Who asked the Kolkata West Bengal DGP to not to take action against those? Third point, their own cabinet minister Siddiqullah said, let me tight all the districts first, then I will come to Kolkata and tight entire Kolkata. Who is stopping Mamata Banerjee to register an FIR against Siddiqullah? Who is stopping Trinamool Congress to register an FIR against their own MLAs who is giving instigative remarks and instigative statements against Hindus? Who is stopping them? Today, Mamata Banerjee is trying to shield herself.
Chowdhury, but the Chief Minister is also saying that the BJP... No, Mr. Chowdhury, there are 2 points. Mamata Banerjee is saying that the BJP has come from places, BJP cadre has come from places like Bihar, etc., neighboring states, into Murshidabad to create trouble. Okay, number one, that is what she's saying. Number two,
I'm answering.
the fact that number two, the fact that she's pointing out to is also that both the MP and MLAs of Murshidabad, who just by the way are Muslims, their homes have also been attacked.
Firstly, madam, BSF is not responsible to protect the border of Bengal and Bihar. BSF is not posted there. Number one. Number two, if any miscreants are coming from Bihar, what the state police doing? It is, of course, the responsibility of the state police to take action. It means the state intelligence was aware somehow that this kind of violence against Hindus are going to take place. Then what is again I am asking, what is the role of the state intelligence? Mamata Banerjee, she herself is the police minister. It means that the police minister, she herself is failed to control and tackle the situation. Actually, you have to understand why such kind of rumors she is peddling again. Similar theories were peddled in 2021 election against CRPF. People of West Bengal are very much aware what is going on, and Mamata Banerjee is totally exposed. Mamata Banerjee is using all the old cards to escape and shield those culprits and miscreants to protect her vote bank. This is her appeasement politics. She doesn't have time to meet those victims. She is meeting with imams and instigating this violence again. What does she want? She is holding a constitutional position. She is holding a constitutional position. She should respect this. There is no question to ask question to center. Center
No,
is
vote bank politics.
Center has to do.
Vote bank politics is in the DNA of this country. Whether it is the BJP or the TMC or the BSP or the Samajwadi Party. It is a bane, it is a curse for this country. Okay? So Muslim appeasement, Hindu appeasement, Dalit appeasement is in the DNA is in our political DNA. But Dr. Vikram Singh, if I just leave that aside and come to you about the point that the BJP is making about policing, Look, the fact is that the Waqf Amendment Bill was passed by Parliament. Mamata Banerjee said, we will not let it be implemented in our state. All that is fine. But the build-up and the fact that the protests, there was a call to protest as well against the Waqf Amendment Bill. We all understand that. We all know that. Was the West Bengal police sleeping? If you know there's a build-up, if you know there's a call to protest, there will be a call to violence as well. और बंगाल में तो आए दिन चलता ही रहता है. Is this a complete policing failure, and is it a failure or a deliberate failure?
Yeah, first of all, I must salute you for the great pearl of wisdom that appeasement is, in fact, a part of our DNA now, and we are here to stay with it. The tragedy is that we almost look the other side and sweep it underneath the carpet. We allowed this catastrophe to happen and overtake us. And the Waqf is now a perfect example of how to use it as a whipping boy and use it as an excuse to whip up social dissensions and communal disharmony. And the pearls of wisdom coming from Mamata ji and others is such, I mean, from bizarre, it's getting to be absurd and absolutely neurotic. What can I say? The BSF is a very disciplined force, and it is better we learn to respect our paramilitary forces. And then you are an elected chief minister. Is it not your duty to ensure foolproof and fail-proof law and order with BSF, without BSF, and in spite of BSF? And if you fail to do it, then you're impotent. I say impotent, but very strong terms. Your alibi do not help you. You better debit authority and resign. The fact of the matter is that you are responsible, solely responsible. Passing the buck. We have been blessed with two leaders. One is already out of power, and I do hope that the current leader, who's habitual offender as far as passing the buck is concerned and not owning up responsibility. Here we have everything belongs to somebody else. I am not responsible. Then you hold the meeting with imams. What about the aggrieved? What about the people who have been beaten up, thrown, and they have been thrown out of their own homes? Not a word. And then this mohabbat ki dukan. All the mohabbat is there for the agitators and the rioters, and no mohabbat, a word of consolation for the victims and the aggrieved. Well, what kind of lopsided politics and sympathy do we have? This misplaced sympathy for the rioters, and then to say that the BSF is responsible. The BSF is a professional force. We had better learn to respect it. Then the Kolkata police and the West Bengal happen to be the oldest and one of the most professional. But we are accustomed to ruining all the systems in position, and the Calcutta police and the West Bengal police are no exceptions. We have decimated into a manner in which the DGP is only habitual giving statements that he was shot dead by a BSF bullet, the third casualty. The father and son's casualty number one. The third casualty is, as they say, if it is the BSF bullet, if it is the use of disproportionate use of power, disproportionate use of firearms, then please challan that BSF officer. You cannot, like your political leader, get away by leveling allegations and passing wild allegations. Register a case, investigate, and charge sheet the persons. A professional police officer cannot feel helpless ever, and more so when you happen to be the chief of the West Bengal police. I do hope that better sense would prevail on the leadership, on the police leadership. I am no one to question the authority, but yes, a duly elected government jolly well own up responsibility. We do not have people where everybody will be conducive to your scheme of things. There'll be hostile people who will always be engaged in vitiating the communal atmosphere. It is your job to ensure foolproof and fail-proof security to the people of the state. And if you're not equal to the task, then you'd better give the opportunity to somebody else.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, you know, you are part of the India Alliance. The fact is that Mamata Banerjee and her police failed in their job. Now it's all very well for you to say BSF ne kiya, BSF ne paise diye to pelt stones. If these are Bangladeshis who are doing it, then it was the BSF who deliberately let them come in. Mr. Ansari was also giving us some complicated theory. Aap log ye bolte rahiye, but the fact is that everyone knew that there was some opposition to the Waqf Amendment Bill, that there would be protests, and these protests, at least in states like West Bengal, could spiral into violence. ये तो सबको पता है ना. सबको नहीं पता तो मुर्शिदाबाद में की पुलिस के पास there is a local intelligence unit like all other police services. What were they doing? What was the Murshidabad police doing? What was the West Bengal police doing? And the chief minister, who's the home minister, had no clue this was about to happen.
Good evening, Shreya, to you, the viewers, and my fellow co-panelists. Let me start with some facts. April 15, the Hindu reads, Murshidabad remains claim, arrests climb to 230 in West Bengal. Fact number 2 that was presented by you on the channel, and I thank you for that, is the statement from Mamata Banerjee ji, appealing for calm. Let us find one statement from one chief minister, one deputy chief minister, one member of parliament, one cabinet minister of BJP in any event appealing for calm. Just one statement. You have turned the country into a system where you almost conspiratorially choose that what is the next agenda of hatred that I want to hoist on the country. Just because you know that your mission to polarize the country with on the Ram temple issue is over. People defeated your plan of Ab Ki Baar 400 Bar. So you are hunting for the new agenda from Sambhal to the Waqf Qanun to the Holi. How can people pray during Holi? To everything from Bahraich. So as far as Adityanath lecturing on this, when Adityanath ji became the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, entire media published his track record. It was not that he is a decorated person like DGP Vikram Singh ji. The media published a kind of charges he has against him, attempt to murder, related to rioting. So here is a Chief Minister who has these charges. Mamata Banerjee ji is holds more positions. She is educated. She doesn't have to change her name or her outfit to appeal to the voters, and she's appealing for calm. And here comes people from BJP without appealing for calm. Leaders who have no control on their voice. The leaders of BJP in Bengal, what is their locus standi? Ever since the Prime Minister disrespected Mamata Banerjee by calling Didi, oh Didi, the people of Bengal have been rejecting BJP. So they are trying to mix two things. Their desperation to come to power in Bengal, and second, their agenda of hatred that they want to put across the country. Why should BJP not appeal for calm? As far as failure of Bengal administration is concerned, we have on record statement of two chief ministers. Just look at the language. Look at the language of Adityanath ji. Look at the language of Mamata Banerjee ji. In this condition, at least Mamata Banerjee ji is taking her responsibility. When the central government will not give you funds, will continuously call out names in disrespect,
Mr.
will continuously
Tiwari,
put your state on board.
Where is she taking onus of what has happened? That is the entire point. She has blamed the BSF. She has blamed the central government. She has blamed Bangladeshis. Where is she taking the onus?
Well,
She's saying this is pre-planned violence. Maybe it is pre-planned violence. If it is pre-planned violence, it's your job to know and to prevent it.
I'll give you the example
the fact is, you're saying, why has the
happened.
BJP not appealed for peace? My point is
one
this.
final point.
My point is this. My simple point is this. और किसी state में तो communal violence नहीं हुआ ना, जिसमें लोग मारे गए. West Bengal में ही हुआ है. So it will be the Chief Minister of West Bengal only who will appeal for peace.
Yes. Please
Mr.
hold her responsible. But when you look at the winter session of Parliament, in the event of Sambhal violence, members of Parliament, party after party, said that Uttar Pradesh government was responsible for a murderous conspiracy. Murderous conspiracy. Not one member of Parliament, and that they said the Chief Minister was responsible. Not one member of Parliament from the entire NDA and BJP stood up against this. Mamata Banerjee is not accused of murderous conspiracy. You are saying that in a setup where the BJP as a government and as a party is continuously putting hatred across the country, a chief minister is not able to maintain perfect peace. You can criticize her on that, but don't compare her with leaders like Adityanath, who have the track record of that, with the agenda of BJP, which is the agenda of hatred, with the complete failure of central government by doing nothing but playing the blame game and not taking any responsibility. If there is any merit in what she is saying, that BSF is not protecting the borders, if there's any merit of BJP sending what she's saying, that BJP and their groups sent people from other states to incite violence, who's going to investigate? Because the other state is in BJP's rule. The central government has really clearly shown that they would be partisan. So who's going to investigate?
Okay, Mr. Tiwari, this can't be a conversation between you and me, but I do have another question to ask you. You're saying, this is the politics of polarization playing out, and who is Yogi Adityanath to give Mamata Banerjee any sort of lectures, given the fact that his entire politics is based on polarization? Then can I ask you, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, what Mamata Banerjee has done? Politics is about perception. There is a communal riot that breaks out in Murshidabad. 2 Hindus are hacked to death. ठीक है? Who does she meet and call the press to photograph? The imams and the imam council. So politics of polarization to Mamata Banerjee bhi kar rahi hai na?
No, you can definitely. It is fair for anybody to criticize her, but as chief minister, under the pressure of a central government who's not interested in harmony. who's not interested in any support to her government to maintain harmony. In fact, who would every day come up with a new agenda that creates disharmony. She is talking to various groups where she can speak about peace. That is her way. If BJP's way was so much better, even in spite of the Prime Minister campaigning twice, in spite of BJP saying ab ki baar 400 par, they would not have been routed in 2021 and in the Lok Sabha election in Bengal. People understand that BJP stands for hatred, and this hatred allows them to mask the failures of their government.
But just because you have won doesn't mean you can get away with anything. In this case,
Definitely
a communal riot. But Raj Chowdhury, I'll let you come in. You're the spokesperson of the BJP. And the Samajwadi Party spokesperson is saying there is no harm in meeting the Imam Council. After all, she's appealing for peace. So she will reach out to the Muslim community and subsequently she will reach out to the Hindu community.
Firstly, see, there is no difference between Trinamool Congress and Samajwadi Party. What Trinamool Congress is doing in West Bengal, similar things were done by Samajwadi Party in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Secondly, Samajwadi Party had nurtured the mafia like Atiq Ahmed, and Trinamool Congress is nurturing mafia like Sheikh Shah Jahan. So there is, of course, no difference between Samajwadi Party and Trinamool Congress. Now he is speaking about the message of peace and communal harmony. Firstly, I would like to raise an objection that there is no communal riots. Riots means when both the communities are involved. Here, only one community is involved, that is the puncture wala community, and the other community, the peaceful community, Hindus are attacked, Hindus are the victims. So don't call it riot. It's a very well-planned violence against Hindus, well-planned atrocities against Hindus, concocted and planned by Mamata Banerjee herself. Secondly, she has time to give message with the imams, but she doesn't have time to meet those who are the victims, who are suffering, who have lost their homes, who doesn't have any shelter to take to hide their head at present. They don't have medicines even. Many of them are heart patients. Media, if you see the media reports, you will find it. So Mamata Banerjee doesn't have time for Hindus. We are not doing Hindu and Muslim. She is the person who is doing all this Hindu and Muslim.
No. ठीक है. Okay, Mr. Chowdhury, I understand that. My viewers have heard you as well. But Hindu Muslim तो आप सब करते हैं. Dr. Vikram Singh, as a citizen, I'll give you 30 seconds. For a moment, speak as a citizen of India. एक minute, Mr. Chowdhury. Time for a citizen to speak. I've heard you. Dr. Vikram Singh, as a citizen, when you hear someone on a national television channel call the Muslim community the Punchar wala community, and when you hear the Chief Minister of a state blame the BSF, the Border Security Force of, inciting riots, communal riots, as a citizen, are you angry? Are you just shaking your head, or do you want to laugh?
Yeah, as a citizen and a senior citizen, please receive whatever I'm saying as my dying declaration. I'm the senior most on the panel. It puts me to an absolute shame and anguish when we use such terms for a community that is as illustrious, that has fought the freedom movement, that is a pride of our armed forces, the paramilitary forces, who are a part of the freedom struggle. Let us at least be sensible. Let the politicians make a bigger mess of their lives. But we as citizens have to retain our sanity. And I would appeal to Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari ji and all the esteemed panelists, let us be accountable to our conscience. We don't owe it to ourselves. And every time we do anything like that, we chop at our own roots. With the deepest sense of anguish, I would say, let us be sane. Victories come and victories go, governments come and go, but India has to live forever. And if India has to live forever, Hindus and Muslims have to stay together as brothers, as they have lived for hundreds and thousands of years.
I do wish that India's politics could get a little saner, but then I look at the United States of America. We'll leave it there for the moment. Dr. Vikram Singh, thank you very much for joining us. Asif Ansari, thank you very much. Ghanshyam Tiwari, thank you very much for joining us. And Raj Chowdhury, thank you very much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's a wrap from me. News and updates continue right here. Do stay with us.